Her kids were abducted in Grants Pass here in Oregon. Y'all know where Grants Pass is? Look it up. It's actually pretty famous. Claire Jordan, she had her kids abducted here too. Also human trafficking. In a different way, but it still happened. Both of these women are familiar with autism. Both of them are familiar with Asperger's. Both are in Colorado right now. And both of them could work together to change the system. Just the two of them could do so much damage to this fucked up system. Out here you watch your P's and Q's, you watch your language, you watch who you're disrespecting. Well, you notice, but I really don't. We can change these things if we work at it. If we don't work at it, nothing changes. I'm tired of these people ending up dead because they didn't do anything, or because they wanted to do it themselves. This is the dumbest thing. This is why stupid people are poor. You have to inherit a shit ton of money as a stupid person to not become poor. Stupid people buy into all that goddamn pride bullshit. I'm not talking about LGBT pride. I'm talking about this whole American dream pride bullshit. A man's pride bullshit. Most of the people who are in the military, why are they in the military? Lack of opportunities elsewhere. Lack of opportunities. If you live in Tillamook and you either get married to a Cletus or you join the military, you might actually join the military. Nobody thinks they're the one that's going to get shot.
Continue on US 101 South for 1 mile.
Nobody ever thinks they're the one that's going to get shot. I'm sure there's lots of people coming back from other places that got to see their friends pop like balloons, but ain't so happy about their decision to sign up. Now recently I've been posting up a lot of stuff that's useful, depending on your situation. I'm not trying to empower you to build tens of millions of RPGs. I'm not trying to compel you to violence. I'm just trying to catch you up to speed with the rest of the world. We're falling behind in weapons technology because we're falling behind in people's need to defend themselves. Or so you think. Before the Germans were able to pull all the bullshit they pulled, they had to disarm the populace. That's always a negative thing. This is how suppression works, however. This is how you keep the working class working and how you keep the poor poor. The fact is, the poor in the United States are the working class. Please don't give a shit about you as a human being. They care about who has the money, because that's who's most likely to win in court. And as a result, those are the people that they'll help out in court. They'll selectively and intentionally withhold information, knowing what they're doing is wrong.
Turn right onto 2nd Street, then your destination will be on the left.
God damn it. So my stalker has decided he's just gonna make it open range of going to wherever I hang out. He's gonna hold that sign there saying homeless vet. I guess that's what I get for saying I was gonna come out here and panhandle today, huh? Alright, I guess what I'm going to do is charge up these things as much as I can. Fucking A. Some people just are not good people. See, the police not doing their job when this shit first started here in Tillamook. Not doing their job when this shit first started with this guy in Hood River. Police officers wanted to take advantage of my disabilities. My disabilities are your fucking labels, you fucking stupid shits. Anyone could harm me, including that sick fuck over there. Get away with it. There's no such thing as a good cop. It's hard finding somebody that I can consider a good anything. There's a lot of nice people out there, but you gotta understand there's a difference between nice and good. If you can't tell the difference, you're screwing yourself and everyone around you. When you don't know your rights, you screw over yourself and everyone around you. When you don't help a victim put a stop to their stalkers, you've got major problems. You've got mental problems. To believe that looking the other way to someone being abused is okay, but then you want to whine and moan and complain when you're abused or when you're abused back. My stalkers are very real. And most of the people that I do my best to protect are women. But it's not because they're women that they get help. Ah, good morning, Eli. I'm over at the library now. I got a stalker, though. He stalked me from Hood River. I've got recordings with Logan and Shayna about the situation. The cops in Hood River told Shayna and Logan that I was doing drugs with some guy in my car. There was no room for anybody, barely enough room for me in my car. So this guy walks up to me. He's fucking shivering cold. He's got no shoes or socks on. He's fucking freezing. And he asks me if he can have a cigarette. I said, yeah. I gave him a cigarette. While I was rolling him a cigarette, Logan came up and wanted a cigarette. So I gave Logan a cigarette. And then the cops showed up. And the way they work is they work in tandem. They want to be able to have each agency show how horrible the homeless people are. That gives more money for them to spend on arresting homeless people and all that other shit. So what they'll do is they'll have 2 or 3 different agencies show up. No joke. And they'll all write down that they had to deal with a homeless person. So then there's 3 different incidents with a homeless person. And they get to say things like, oh yeah, we had a few run-ins with him, and so did the sheriff's department, and so did the state police. Saw that happen repeatedly in Hood River. It's horrible. And that guy over there with that creeping on girls and trying to drug them and take advantage of them. I've got Logan and Shayna recorded on this very channel. What I need is someone to go in with me to turn this shit into the goddamn cops and have them actually do something. But also they need to understand what my abilities and disabilities are. I am overwhelmed and I don't have any money because I am constantly spending my money running around in circles doing what it is that these professionals are telling me to do. This legal advice that they're giving me other than doing their jobs as mandated reporters. Almost half the cops in this town are recorded on my channel committing felonies. I'd say that's a pretty significant thing to note. Let's see. Dan's footprints. That's a good one. That's a bloody footprint. That guy's name is Daniel. He's in Hood River. There's over 1,000 footprints. All of them bloody. He put his foot through a window in front of me, Logan, and Shayna. Doesn't look like it's gonna play. I have shitty reception here at the library. I'm pretty overwhelmed. The cops there are horrible too. It's nationwide that the homeless are treated so horribly, especially if they're quote-unquote mentally ill. And yes, these officers know this. They also know that it is their job to help these people, not to harm them. And nationwide, they are harming them because it makes them money. You pieces of shit. Same reason the family courts are fucking over so many fathers. With Misty, and with Claire, both of them had their kids taken here. Both of them are in Colorado now. Both of them were in Colorado when Natalie was killed. And the only one that would have known Natalie would have been Misty, if she knew Natalie. She at least knew of Natalie, or who she was, by seeing her, because she was one of the people who frequented the park down there. Misty had an ex named Tigger. He went by Grim, or his name was Grim, but he went by Tigger. There was a protection order, so he wasn't allowed anywhere near her. Well, apparently he somehow was able to abduct his kids here in Oregon in Grants Pass. He wasn't supposed to be near them. They did the same thing to Claire Jordan, right here in Tillamook. And the services that she was sent to didn't help her. They took advantage of her, took up all of her time, made certain that so much time of hers was eaten up jumping through all these goddamn hoops they expect of her, that she couldn't possibly do what she needed to do, which was go get her kids. Take care of her kids, take care of herself. But you can't do that when you're out here and there is miles between all of the services, miles between all of the places they expect you to travel to. That takes time, okay? No matter how much you want to talk about how healthy you are and you could make that walk, how much time does it take to make that walk? How many of you even know? Those of us out here on the streets, we absolutely know. There's a lot of victims here in Tillamook. There's a lot of victims in Hood River. And god damn it, I wish this fucking thing would play. Come on. Some good did come of it. And the way I'm going to start this story, you're probably not going to understand it at the beginning. Daniel broke a window and cut himself up. And the guy who owned the property, the first night he was more worried about Daniel. And of course, the next day he was pretty pissed off. And he took it out on the wrong guy. Well, you know, that's easy to forgive. Especially, well, all over Oregon now, because I've been making a bunch of calls. Also in Nebraska and Colorado and... Maybe this will work. Nope, that's not it. Alright, well, at least this is some of my videos it's bringing up. Alright, come on. Maybe this one will play now. It's called Dan's Footprints Way Later. Nope. Quite a while after Dan. Alright, here it is. Probably close to a month ago. Maybe more. I don't know. It was quite a while. But the blood is still here. Alright. You're gonna have to give me a few, Dean. I'm recording. Anyway, this is where Dean was one of the people there that was victimized. Yeah, I gotta go through 10 months of videos to try to find it. That's what fucking sucks. Come on. Sunny Ceramic, I cook Nebraska. She's another missing person. Oh, come on now. I wish it was easier just to search my own goddamn channel. Wouldn't it be nice if you go to a channel and type out specifically what you're looking for on that channel? And look just on that channel and find what the fuck you're looking for instead of it trying to give you a whole bunch of goddamn advertisements? Holy hell. All right. Well, I typed in the word witness to add to the search, and there's a whole shit ton of witnesses. Maybe this is it. come on. Anyway, my stalker is over there flying a sign. That's one of the things about having to be public about what I'm doing, is that people can do stuff like that. If the cops had done their job in Hood River, he wouldn't still be allowed to harass me like that. He wouldn't still be allowed anywhere near me. He'd have been on his way to jail or prison by now because of the sheer quantity of bullshit that he's pulled. What the fuck is going on here? Why won't it work? Maybe if I open the door. For some odd reason, that seems to work sometimes. I gotta clear the search history in order to give enough megabytes of space for it to actually play a video. No fun. Welcome to Starbucks. You people are so cruel to me. You're mean and inconsiderate and tell me I'm too short and I'm not girly enough.
Yeah, you don't mean that.
Yeah.
Because I was like on the phone in tears with these guys. I'm like, I don't understand why you just won't help. This is stupid. So I can see how frustrating this has to be for you, because it just feels like there's no way to get help.
All right, so that's not it. That's actually from 4 years ago. All right, here's one from when I was assaulting the Hood River. One on these cops. There's a lot of stuff in here from Hood River. Tried to turn in Officer Don Kelly there. That didn't go over too well.
Somebody once.
Oh, that's a fun one. Somebody else made that one. Not much fun. Two witnesses to a pervert in Hood River. I found it. That's the guy who stalked me here. That's the guy who's across the street. Let's play this. You guys remember I was telling you about the youngins that rescued me from the man who was trying to assault me in the McDonald's, and how if it hadn't been for them, he would have assaulted me. These are the same folks that have been
same guy who's across the street here right now.
up there. And there's a few other encounters that they've had with that man since that I think are important, and they felt were important enough to tell me. So if they want their faces on camera, they can point the camera, at themselves. If not, they can point it up at the sky. But I'm going to give the young lady the camera first, because I feel that, you're more likely to listen to her. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Now, if it says rotate like it does right now,
Yeah.
then it means that it's not. There you go.
Okay.
Point it up the street or down the street.
Hello. So, okay. So, one time I was hanging out with the old guy, and we were talking about, I was trying to maybe set him up with, this girl I knew, jokingly, and she was, 26, 27, and we started talking about my cat, and then he asked me how old she was, so I thought he was talking about my cat, and I said that she was 15, 16, and he's like, oh, that's perfect, and I was like, what do you mean, because I thought we were talking about my cat, and then I realized he was talking about the girl, and I said, no, she's 26, and then he's like, oh, that's perfect anyways, but that was really messed up. And then he got banned from this pool here because he was perving on little kids. So he's not allowed at the pool anymore. And he's just really messed up.
Yeah. Alright, so that's just one of the situations with him.
We'll
and of
talk more,
course,
too.
the young man who's with me, he's also, well, like I said, not all of my heroes are a bunch of rich people. And the things that both of these youngins have done, not only to help to clean up the community, but also to look out for one another, and also to look out for a complete and total stranger with a beard, that being me. If they hadn't stepped forward when they did in McDonald's, there would have been a physical altercation, and they rescued me from that. Just like the people that worked down at the Astro. You guys got to hear on multiple occasions when I was getting messed with, people there spoke up. And it's important to do that. It's important to work together, and it's important to make people aware. Now, I was going to let the young man here do the same thing. If you turn it to the side like this, it'll say rotate device. So when it does the rotate device thing, it's not recording, it's just being a pain.
I guess it does that.
So usually what I'll do is I'll point it up at an angle like this, or I'll point it, up the street or some other direction. That way this part's facing up. Okay, here you go.
Hi, my name is Logan Bishop, and I can confirm that Shayna's story is true. And These claims are not to be taken lightly.
He's very
He's definitely
monotone.
a very creepy
He
man.
also, one time he bought weed one time he bought some marijuana, and he wasn't letting Logan or I touch it, and then all of a sudden he's like, can you like fill this cone for me? And I was like, okay, and I did it, and then I gave it to him. He's like, no, I don't want it, I want you to smoke it. And I was like, what?
Now, I got in one of my recordings, this old guy is trying to tell me how to get a woman. He's telling me stuff like, well, you just fucking give her some weed and her panties will drop. He doesn't even smoke. He doesn't smoke pot. He gets pot and or other drugs with the intention of giving them to young impressionable girls and trying to do things that he shouldn't be doing.
Oh no, it stopped recording. Wait. Anyways, so he wanted me to fill the cone, and I filled up the cone for him, and I gave it to him, and he said, no, I want you to smoke it. And I was like, why? And he said, to get me in the mood. And I was like, what? For what? And then
Alright, now here's the thing. I've got dozens of recordings of this shit. Dozens of recordings. Hood River, they didn't give a holy flying fuck. And of course, because I spoke up. Because Shayna and Logan spoke up. Well, this guy's been pissed off at me ever since. And he's been retaliating ever since. Kind of like the cops do when you tell on them. Alright, I'm gonna have to, even though I want to keep the cameras recording, because I don't know what this dude's capable of or what he's willing to do, I do need to make sure that I have enough of a battery to do something.